Okay. Yeah. So a lot of the packing with socks methods I've seen online are you basically just take one sock and you fold it over and then you pin this into the boxer flap of your underwear. Um, and I found that it doesn't really create a good shape because I mean it's like pretty flat, and also even with its safety pin, because there's no weight to it, it just kind of like scooches out the side, which is not the look. So what I've wound up doing when I was packing with socks is, oh, hello buddy. I take them and I put them like this so the heels are both on the outside. And then you just kind of roll them into each other, and it creates this kind of like pouch looking thing. And then that's it. You just shove this in to the flap of your boxers, and I go in between them. I don't have it like on the inside of my boxers. I just put it in the pouch, and then I take a safety pin and run it through the top here. And then just safety pin this to one part of the boxer, and then I take another safety pin and run it this way. Because by doing it this way, then the boxer, well, your socks won't slide like this way, is it just kind of stuck there. Yeah. And then another tip I have is this is still pretty light, and if you're like running or moving pretty vigorously or biking or whatever, the boxers have a lot of space, for the nuts. And so your boxers will just start to ride up. So instead, here's the one I was using before. I filled both the toes with some change. Like you can hear there's change in there. And I think I just used nickels because oh yeah, no, there's an assortment. Like you can you can see there's quite a few. And it's not heavy enough to like cause any problems and like noticeable for me, and it doesn't jangle around because it's stuck in your socks. And this way it keeps your boxers weighted down so the crotch doesn't rise up and the socks don't get high and start to look like you got a boner. Yeah, you probably don't need to use this much. I just put a handful in. And yeah, and that's in both socks. And then here, let me get them all in there. Okay, now they're all back in the toes, and so you just do the same thing, where you have the heels facing out, and you just fold it in to each other, and they sit there, and it's all at the bottom. So yeah, it orients. So this is at the bottom of your underwear, and this is at the top, and then there's no coins up here to get in the way of your safety pin. And yeah, and this one, you're gonna definitely want to have this middle safety pin, because if you don't, it will swing a little bit. But yeah, if you do this one, if you do this pin, it won't. It stays good in place. Yeah.